Good afternoon, everyone. This is the daily market breakdown where I break down QQQ and a couple of other big tech tickers. And I will show you guys where support and resistance is, and as well as what I'm looking for going forward into the next couple days and into next week. So yesterday I made a video on breaking down every big tech stock, Microsoft, Amazon, Google, and as pointed out that it was all at key resistance. So if you guys want to look at those big tech stocks, make sure to check out this video prior to this one. All right, let's get into it. I will be breaking down Tesla first today because it's been a crazy day for Tesla after its earnings report yesterday. The reason I think we had such a bearish reaction to earnings is due to their cash flow decreased a lot, as well as their margins are sub 20% now, even though it wasn't a big drop. It's more of a psychological thing where, above 20 looks good, feels good, and below, when you're in the 19s, it just feels a little different, psychologically at least. All right, let's get into the technical analysis. So yesterday I mentioned in the after hours it was down about 3-4%, and I said this two orange looking line at 167 and 164 is our support. And I said we're likely not going to drop 10%. I don't think, but who knows, right? Tesla has dropped over 10% before. So that's what I was thinking. And we actually dropped more than that today, which is crazy. We broke our weekly support, which is right here, the low of this candle, which is 163.91. And that means Tesla is now in a weekly downtrend as well. It was already in a daily downtrend over here, and now we've broken that low. Now we're in a weekly downtrend. Show you guys on the weekly chart here. So this is how a weekly trend works. So we top of that move, bottom of the move, and then made a lower high, lower than this one, and now we've broken below the prior low. Now that's a weekly downtrend confirmed. And so Tesla right now is in a daily, weekly, 4-hour, everything downtrend at the moment. One of the red flags for me is Tesla could not confirm a weekly uptrend. So this bottom of the move made a higher low here, and this could not get over the prior high. This had to get over that to make a weekly uptrend, and Tesla could not confirm that. We are in a weekly downtrend. We don't know if the bears are going to follow through or not. The next support I'm looking at, we pretty much bounced off exactly off this support, 160. You can see this little cluster of support here. It bounced off there once on this candle, and then it acted as resistance 3 times there afterwards. So resistance now is acting as support since we are above it. And yeah, the bulls tried to hold there today, and I mean it was dropping the entire day. So at the end of the day, I didn't think there's enough time. We did test it, but we have more time to test it again. Then I would say it's a valid support that we bounce off of it. If not, likely test it again tomorrow, see if the bulls can hold it. If we don't hold that, then I'm looking at this gap. You see this gap there that we did not fill right there. So potentially the bears are thinking to fill that gap if we do break this support right there. That's a possibility for sure. We don't know because it seems like QQQ is starting to weaken. So if QQQ starts to weaken while Tesla is this weak, then there's a good chance if QQQ rolls over, then there's a chance that we actually fill this gap. That would be let's see, that's another 10% drop. Anything can happen with Tesla. I mean, dude, just look at this move, 45%, and then we bounced 100%. So right, it's very volatile, high beta stock. So if QQQ drops 2%, this thing is going to probably drop 6%. So that's pretty reasonable if you tell me 10% from here, and then we bounce from there. So we'll see. Big tech earnings are coming Tuesday. That's only three more trading days away from today. So we will see a lot of volatility. All right, let's move into QQQ itself and Surprisingly, it actually bounced off of my mini megaphone that I drew yesterday. So we've been talking about the big megaphone, the teal looking line, for the past couple of weeks. And yesterday I was saying I saw another megaphone within the megaphone. So now we are looking at this smaller megaphone. So until this one breaks, we'll go back to looking into the big one. So right now today we pretty much bounce off exactly that spot. If you go to the 4-hour chart, I'm going to erase these drawings real quick. 4-hour chart is easier to see. The megaphones. All right. So you can see how many times we have bounced off of it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 times on the 4-hour chart. That's going to be my guide into earnings. I'm going to say we're going to trade in within this megaphone or this one for sure into earnings until the 25th. 320 and 312 is definitely QQQ is going to be trading within here into the 25th. It's going to be my guess. Today it seemed like a very bearish day into the afternoon, like it's just complete waterfall drop. But if you look back on the 12th, we had that as well. We had a gap up, and we just went straight down into the end of the day. And it felt like bears are starting to gain control, and we might just roll over. And the next day, we literally bounced right back above it, right? So it's been like that. The theme of the April is it's probably just April Fool's joke for the whole month, but it's just the next day it just does the complete opposite of what it does. Same thing with the gaps. If we gap up, we just move down. Remember yesterday it was the day before on Monday we gapped up and then we just moved down, and then the next day we gapped down and then we just moved straight up. Today we also gapped down, we just moved straight up as well, just like literally the opposite move of the prior move. And so we'll see. Today is the first day. Bear shows a little bit of action going on since a week and a half ago. So we'll see if the bears can actually follow through or not. Break this bottom of this megaphone support. If the bears can't even break out of this chop range, then there's no change in anything much. Same thing for the bulls. The bulls cannot break out of this range. There's zero change for them as well. So the battle between bulls and bears is still on the table. You can see it's just been back and forth, and indecision of the markets. And this drop, I think, was due to a news on the Russians' cyber attack. It could be that, or it could just be technical analysis. Markets aren't ready to break bull yet above this resistance, anyways, because they want to see the earnings. So yeah, and also there was a cluster of resistance in this area too. You can see literally how many times we have tried to get over above that, and you can say it's technical. You can say it's technical plus the news, but price action is the main factor. So we just have to focus on the price action. Now I am still holding my SOXS short, and still green for the day slightly, but yeah, as long as QQQ does not break above here, I'm not gonna stop out, and I'm looking for that big move. Once we get a big move, likely you still got to wait for the 25th. There is a what is it? Microsoft is reporting on the 25th, I think. Let's see here. So Microsoft could not get over this resistance again. You can see we have mentioned this yesterday. Tested this cluster of resistance, and we had a bounce in the morning like all big facts, and then we just couldn't get over it. Starting to look a little bit weaker if you go to the, as well as every other tech stock. Let's see, yeah, Microsoft on 25th. So this is the main one I'll be looking at. Microsoft's weighting in at QQQ is right on par with Apple, and so it's like 0.1 or something percent difference with Apple. So those two are the biggest weightings. And Apple did have a break. Okay, so we mentioned yesterday it broke above the black trend line, but it didn't break above the retested again 167 and couldn't get over it. yeah, Apple could not get over it as well. Apple's reporting on the 4th of May, so we'll have to wait for that. I don't think we'll need to wait for Apple due to after Amazon, Google, Microsoft reports, then we'll pretty much know the sentiment for the big techs, and Apple will likely be the same sentiment as well. So if Microsoft reports horribly, Google as well, Amazon, very, very likely Apple is going to do it as well. Apple usually reports a little bit better than the other big techs, but if we get something really bad from the other ones, even a little bit better, then the really bad ones won't be that good. So that's what I will be looking at. And yeah, I'll update you guys tomorrow. And hopefully you Tesla bulls get a little bit of a break, that we do hold this level. So we don't get a flush to this gap. Otherwise, for your bears, congratulations to you guys for this big move. You guys can either take profit down here where it bounced off of, and if you want to re-add, just wait for it to break. If we bounce like that, and then we boom drop through it, just re-add right after it breaks through it. This 10% move is quite a bit, and always get to take profits. And all right, I will see you guys tomorrow. And if you guys have any questions, feel free to comment. If you guys made it this far, feel free to subscribe. I update markets every day.